Hello, thank you for checking out Mr. Ware's videos. And today we are looking at solving linear equations with decimals. Okay, so we're going to use all the skills that we learned before. We're going to use distribution, collecting like terms, um, two-step, three-step equations, always doing the opposite. We're going to use those in order to solve for both of these equations. Actually, I got four of them here. So let's just begin with the first one. All right. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna draw a line right down through here, okay, and that's my equal line, okay. So the only way you do anything across the equal line is if you do the opposite. So at first thing we're gonna do is just go simplify each side of the equation and simplify those expressions. So I'm gonna do that by distributing this here, this negative 1.7 times 7, and when I do that, I get I'm bringing down a 1 here and I'll get negative 11.9 x, and then negative 1.7 times 9, negative times a negative is positive, and then that's going to get me 15.3. Then the next thing I'm going to do is continue to distribute here and here. I'm going to bring down this negative 1. All right, and then 2 times is negative 5.9. Positive times a negative is a negative. And you get 11.8. Positive times a negative is a negative. And then you get 12.4. Oh, just have x. All right. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is identify like terms. I'm going to underline everything with a variable and circle everything that's just a constant. Make sure you include the signs. Now, the next thing you're going to do is, all right, so we're going to combine those like terms, okay? So we got the 1 plus 15.3, and that's going to get us 16.3. And I'm just going to bring down this negative 11.9x, and this should be positive. A little space there, 16.3. All right, here I'm combining the circles, the constants here. We're going to add those together, and that's going to get us 13.4. And we'll bring down this negative 11.8x. All right, now we've got a variable term and a variable term and two constants, okay? So what we're going to do is move the variable term to the left and move the constant to the right. And you do that by doing opposite. Notice how everything we've done has been on the same side of the equal sign. Now we're about to go across. So I'm going to add 11.8x on both sides. Okay. On the right side, that cancels out, and it brings down 13.4. And on the left side, when I subtract this, I get negative 0.1x, and we'll bring down this positive 16.3. Okay, next I'm going to subtract the 16.3, continue to isolate the variable here. Oh, this should be negative. Let me fix that. This should be negative. All right, so once I subtract, I'm going to end up bringing down this negative 0.1x. This will cancel out, and that's going to leave me with negative 29.7. And now my final step is to divide by negative 0.1x, not x, just negative 0.1. The negative 0.1s cancel out here, leaving just x is equal to 297. All right, negative divided by negative is positive, and then 0.1 goes into 29.7, 297 times. I know that's a lot. So let me go ahead and work out another problem. This was a little bit different. I'm gonna go ahead and work it out. Notice how not every single problem is gonna work out exactly the same way. You just gotta simplify the sides on each side of the equal sign first, and then work your way to isolate the variable. And if you get a variable on both sides, you're gonna need to do the 3-step. And if you just get a variable on one side, you're gonna end up doing the 2-step at the end. All right, so let's take a look at this one. I'm going to distribute this -6, and everything else I'm going to bring down. So I'm going to have my 1 plus x is equal to 9x. Negative times a positive is a negative, and 6 times x is 6. X. All right, negative times a positive is a negative, and then 6 times 3.5 is 21. And then bring down this positive 0.2. All right, now here we already got everything simplified, but on the right side, I'm going to underline the variable terms and circle constant terms. All right. Now, since this is I'm gonna go ahead and bring down this 1 plus x, 9x minus 6x. That's just 3x, but different signs find the difference. 3x here, different signs find the difference here. That's gonna get us a negative 20.8, and all that's equal. All right, now here we've got 2 variable terms and 2 constant terms. And so we're going to do the 3-step just like we did over here. Now, sometimes you'll only have one variable and a constant. In that case, you'll do the 2-step where you remove the constant from the variable and then solve it from there. Just a subtract, a divide, or add, divide. All right, so here we're just going to go ahead and work it out. We're going to move the variable term to the left. We're going to subtract 3x on both sides. Okay, I'm going to bring down this 1. And that's going to get me a negative 2x. All right, the 3's right here would cancel out. And I'll bring down this negative 20.8. All right, now I'm going to isolate the variable by subtracting 1 on both sides. Okay, and that's going to leave me with a negative 2x is equal to same sign, find the sum. You add these together, you get negative 21.8. All right, now finally, I'm going to divide by the coefficient here, negative 2, cancel out. That's going to leave me with x is equal to negative divided by negative, which is positive. And then 2 goes into 21.8, 10.9 times. And then that's my answer. All right, so this is linear equations with a decimal. Go ahead and pause the video right here and see if you can solve these two. All right, So let's take a look and see what we got. So for this first one on the left here, you should get x is equal to 2.5. And on the one on the right, you should get x is equal to 5.8. So let's break it down. All right, so first I distribute, okay? And I got my like terms that I collect on one side here. Here I have two variable terms, but you just collect those. Different signs, find the difference. Over here I got two constants. They added up to get 2. Now here I'm just going to do a 3-step equation, and I'm going to move the variable to the left and then move the constant to the right. Okay. Then I get negative 4x is equal to 10. Then divide by negative 4 to get x is equal to 2.5. Just got to be really careful with your signs. That's usually where people go wrong, with the signs. Let's take a look at this one over here. All right, now on this one, it's a little different. I meant to put this in blue. Because right about here, you get to this 2-step. And it's different than the 2 steps we did, but everything still pretty much remains the same. So we distribute, and then we collect like terms. They all on one side. And I forgot to draw my line right down through here. And we've got the negative x plus 3x. Combine those, get 2x, and combine these two constants and get this here. Now, right here is where it's different. Okay, so I didn't mean to put that line there, but right here is where it's different. Okay, so we still got two variables, and we're gonna move the variable to the left, but it's not a constant to come back, so that's okay. We just got that one constant term left over. So now you combine this, you get negative 4x, and then divide by negative 4 on both sides, and get x is equal to 5.8. And that's pretty much it. That is solving equations with decimals, but I like to call them extra long equations. I want to thank you for calling Mr. Ware's. Thank you for checking out Mr. Ware's videos. Have a nice day.